So my name is Ahmednoor Bashir.
Yeah.
I come from Garissa. What I do is I run an organization called the Kesho Alliance.
Yeah.
So we founded it in 2015.
Ah.
The reason why we founded it is because of the challenges that we face in Garissa, Wajir, and Mandera,
Yeah.
which is lack of quality education and women and youth empowerment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm also the UN Youth Association coordinator for Garissa County.
Ah, nice. So you've talked about growing up the Northern Frontier counties. What really prompted you, and maybe is there anything while you were growing up that really made you, that triggered you? Is it an experience that you got firsthand? Ukiwa huko Garissa, you were growing up, the whole maybe culture difference. Whenever you hear stories from guys in Nairobi are doing this and that, did that really prompt you to do whatever you're doing and start the whole CBO going on?
Yeah, so I grew up in Garissa. I went to a school called Jara Jara Primary School.
Ah.
So it's in I think the southern part of Garissa.
Yeah.
So growing up there, I realized that actually I felt that the quality of education we get there,
Yeah.
and when I used to come here in Nairobi,
Yeah.
and I see how students here used to act, so it used to be different.
Yeah.
So I used to feel, am I not Kenyan enough?
Oh, yeah.
So why should I not bring that change here? So in high school, I went to Young Muslim High School, which is also in Garissa.
Yeah.
So the same happened. So when you find they had extracurricular activities here in Nairobi, they had mentorship programs, things that I never knew what mentorship is.
Yeah.
So the moment I finished high school, I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I didn't know the course to go for, because I didn't have a mentor, I didn't have anything.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted, that's the gap I wanted to fill.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want anyone else to go through what I experienced.
You know, starting off wasn't easy, and you've told us you used to come kuja Nairobi, unaangalia mas today, vile wako, you go back to Garissa and you're like, nah, there's a gap that you need to fill. So who really held your hand when you really, you need a mentor, you need someone who will tell you that this is how to go about it, these are the steps to take. So who really held your hand with all this while you're starting the Kesho Alliance?
The people who I approached, like she's called Khair.
Yeah.
She's one of the founders of the organization also. So we decided to come up with to found the organization. That's in 2015. And also one of the core reasons was to fight FGM, because even in primary school you'd see a girl you went to school with, she went through FGM.
Yeah.
Or she went through child marriage and she never came back to school.
Yeah.
Or maybe the number of boys and the number of girls in school was not that good.
Yeah, the ratios were not equal.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it starts with 20 girls and then you'd finish with only 6. We approached people to be our board members.
Yeah.
So we have people like Dr. Khadinja, who's my mentor. So he's one of the people who's been holding my hand until now. Yes.
All right.
And of course my parents, because I wouldn't do it without them.
So you've talked about Kesho Alliance and being also a coordinator with the UN. So how did that
do on Twitter? So the one in charge of UN Youth Association in Kenya saw my work through online, and then he uploaded bio, yes. And then I got into an interview, and then that's how
it came to be.
Yes. The UN came after the top 25. So the top 25 it's African thing. It's being given by iCapture.
Yeah.
It's in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So they award young people who do for is quality education and also good of education, because I use education to tackle the challenges that's going on in my community.
Yeah.
So all the top 35 and the 35.
Yeah.
So also that one came out. I was also under the category of education.
Now the UN has been big when it comes to sustainable development goals. Those are the SDGs. So maybe you can tell us what sustainable development goals are you involved with, and why are they important?
Sustainable development goals. It came after the Millennium Development Goals in 2015. So it's a task force. It's the challenges we face and how we can overcome it.
Yeah.
So it's through the 17 goals that we can become a sustainable world.
Yeah.
So it's 17 goals from 1 goes up to 17.
So I have to note, yeah, there are two categories. There is top 35 under 35, that is Kenyan, right?
Yeah.
And top 25 under 25, that is now Africa in itself. So maybe just learn about you kidogo. Let's have a chat kidogo nje. To do his VP and how it felt actually, getting all of that.
Let's go.
So we were talking about the top 25 under 25 and top 35 under 35. How did that feel? And maybe you can explain further about it.
So the top 35 was locally. It was awarded by Youth Agenda and Minister of ICT. So it came because of the work my organization does in Garissa, Uji and Mandera. And actually for me, it really felt, it was something big for me because coming from Garissa, experiencing all that, and I always didn't see my work will be that big to be recognized. And I used to doubt that no way someone from Garissa will ever get something big like that. Yeah.
Right, and maybe the reception you got from your community, what will you imagine, maybe even your own parents. Well, and obviously, kidogo ukianza these dreams, there are those people who are like, no, Ahmed anafanya nini, imambo ina, will he be able to do it? So maybe how's the reception been from your community? And also, has there been criticism?
So actually, criticism was there because my man and I, most of my work deals with gender-based violence and all those things, and cultural education. So when immediately I won that, the first person I called was my mom, and my mom is not educated, so I just told her I won something, and she said, "Wow, congratulations!" She had no idea, and I shared it on my social media, and then you'd see people who used to say, unafanya upuzi tu, social media, you're just doing some white guy job, because you're going against FGM, which is a culture.
It's a culture over there. So maybe moving forward, what's the one thing that maybe you can say has been really exemplary for you since you started all of this? What's the one that really stands out in your career that is your biggest achievement?
Biggest achievement is there's this project we started in 2018. It's called Student-to-Student Sponsorship Program. So we sponsor young girls from high school, Form 1. Yeah. So right now we have 4 girls who are graduating. So every time I remember that these 4 girls, I remember how I interviewed them from their house, how they would have actually have a family by now, child marriage, all the things. But then the thoughts of that gives me actually the hope that we can still do more and we'll achieve more in Garissa.
And motivation. I mean, Ahmed, you have such a beautiful story. So maybe, we wish you all the best from Teen Republic and TV, and probably one time you give us an invite to Kuje Garissa. What do you think?
Yeah, you're welcome to Garissa. Yeah, anytime.
Anytime.
Yes.
Anytime. And maybe we understand you have a flight going out. This guy is a big boss. Where are you flying out to, bro? Tell people where you're flying out to.
So I'm flying out to Turkey. I'm representing Kenya in a fellowship. The fellowship is called Asharq.
Nice.
So it's for young people. They get mentored on policy making and advocacy.
That's very good. So we want to wish you all the best, Ahmed. Moving forward, you're a big boss. Thank you, Naomi Bazenga. And maybe where can guys find you on social media as we wrap up?
My Instagram is Demha, DEMHA _ 252. And it's Ahmednoor _Haji on Twitter.
All right. Yeah. So there you have it, guys. Ahmednoor Haji on Twitter. Kila mahali. And please, anyone else, if you want to be our Bazenga next week, our DMs are open. That's how we've connected with Ahmed. And if there's in any way, I'm sure maybe you're open to collaborations with people, with whatever you do.
Yeah, anyone who feels like they can work with us, we're open.
We're open to do that. All right. So there you have it, guys. This week's episode of Bazenga. My name is Joseph Mina. Until next week, same place, same time.